Collaborations Commission works is they find an architect, and then they ask the architect to suggest certain materials that they might like to work with, and then they approach the material manufacturers and ask them whether they would like to participate. So the material that we were matched up with is called paper stone. What's very neat about it is that it's made out of paper that's been impregnated in resin, but the resin is a byproduct from a biodiesel plant, so it's very green. And then it's put together in panels with heat, and it makes a very, very hard material. It's very smooth on the outside, and it feels and acts like stone. So it's called paper stone. When we got some samples of the material, and we thought it would kind of play a little bit like MDF or plywood, and it didn't. We started to drill into it and try to bend it, and what we found is the materials didn't act in any way like these other things, and then we thought, well, it's so strong, couldn't it just pretty well stand up by itself? The idea of what the walls were actually going to look like were a combination of shoji screens, which are Japanese paper screens, so obviously very delicate, and paper dolls, which you cut out and just fold out and they can kind of stand up. And normally comes in a single color, but because it's made of layers of paper, we had it made up in alternating layers so that it has a kind of inside and an outside, so that when we engraved into it, you could really see the different layers that are inside the body of the material.
I'm Douglas Birkinshaw. I'm a partner at Bregman and Hammond Architects. We've been asked by IDS 09 to design an environment using one material, and the material in this case is DuPont Corian, and working with RJW Enterprises from Parry Sound. Instead of doing an environment, we developed a piece of furniture which we're calling the vertebrae. It's made out of 144 stations that have been generated using modern digital software, and it encompasses a series of 10 target points that you can see on the drawing behind you, which are kind of ergonomic target points, so that it ensures that there's areas on the bench that are quite comfortable to sit in. We were offered Corian as a product to work with, and it's a product that I find quite engaging because it's a solid material, first of all. It's very durable, and in particular there's a surprising warmth to its touch. And you'll notice that most people at the show come over and they first touch the bench and are kind of surprised by its sensuousness and then sit on it. It's important to have prototypical objects. It's not unlike the prototypical cars you see at car shows that engage people in different ways of thinking about furniture or thinking about a product, and in this case thinking about Corian in a different manner than just standard countertops. And certainly in this day and age of sustainable design, it's important that we actually move things out of their standard context and think about them in different manners.
My name's Faye Stallen and I work for Jelinek Cork Group. We were approached by IDS back in the fall to see if we as a materials company would like to participate in a collaboration. We enjoyed the fact that we would get an opportunity to showcase cork in an out-of-the-box kind of way. I think these craggy towers here that you see, they wanted people to appreciate the texture, the smell, the ambience, the feel, almost like it's a living product that you can truly have an effect on all your senses. I think they really wanted to show people the acoustical qualities. As you can see around you here at the Interior Design Show, there's a lot of light, glitter and noise. You can come into our cork cave and actually just take a break from the madness of the world. And I think their concept behind the booth was really to show the longevity of cork, cork's history, the very large pillars representing the stability of cork, the fact that they go on living sometimes up to 500 years. And it's interesting because designers are always looking for something different. Flooring, wall and ceiling tiles, obviously everybody knows, but our cork fabric is something that I'm getting a lot of, wow, I didn't know there was a cork fabric. It's nearly as tough as leather. The mosaic floor is really unique. It's handmade with recycled wine corks. Again, the designers have been like, wow, this is new, this is really cool. So I think we have, with the help of this booth, made people think about cork other than, oh, it's good for flooring.